Hey, you guys, thank you for tuning in with the Majestic Show with Coach Kizzy. So we're gonna be talking about okay, so first let me get this out. So I'm under surveillance or whatever. Funny. So I'm under surveillance. So that and then since I'm under surveillance and they can see what I'm gonna be talking about, whatever, I guess whatever, I don't care. But so on Facebook, so when they know that you're talking about something, um and they know me personally, so they know that I don't like to talk about the same thing. So like I'm copying off somebody or something like that or whatever. So so I'm still gonna talk about it. It's because the more times it get out, the more the more comprehending that a person would get out of life. You understand? They'll comprehend what needs to be done. You understand what I'm saying? So I wasn't gonna talk about it. So we're gonna be talking about download, being authentic, and we're gonna be talking about something else to get you how you what you need to do in the struggle of being DL. You understand what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people don't want me to talk about it, but I'm still gonna talk about it. Just the more time, the more it gets out, the more understanding that people will have on DL. You understand what I'm saying? So we're still gonna talk about it, regardless of what. So let's get into it, you guys. So in recent years, conversation about sexuality, power, and secrecy have become increasingly surfacing in our society. Okay, so particularly complex and often misunderstood aspect of the presence of down low men. These identify publicly as heterosexual, while secretly engaging in the same sex relationships. So especially when they hold positions of power, you understand? When they hold positions of power, they so this important question about being your authenticity. That's why you got to walk with authenticity. Ain't nothing wrong with being gay. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. Ain't nothing wrong with being gay. It's about being who you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know that you're posing as heterosexual, you're posing as heterosexual, but you in the same sex category as men. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you just gotta know because like at the end of the day, like I can't say what I want to say because I don't know how true it is right now. But we'll talk about that later when I find out that it's true. So this the importance in men like that, they get women to cover up their sexuality. Men like that, they get women to cover up their sexuality. So they don't want you to know that they homosexual because the power, you know what I'm saying? It's not I'm not saying about power meaning money and fame. It's just the power of people, period. You don't have to have no money to have power. You can have power over yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, a person just say for instance, they don't want their mom to know that they mess with the same sex. They don't want their father to know they mess with same sex. So this the power that they hold, that they want to hold these positions. You understand what I'm saying? So 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 authenticity is social pressure and the potential harm inflicts on other as a result of living a double life. The harm that it causes when you live in a double life. Do you understand the harm that it causes when you live in a double life? It causes harm to all parties involved. Say it like that. It causes harm to all parties involved. So therefore, that's just say for instance, if you with your wife, if you with your wife, girlfriend, whatever it is, and I come along and me and you sleeping behind the door in the dark, behind your woman back or behind your wife back. You're not being your authentic self. You're not being your authentic self because living a double life is consequences. Sometimes it causes. I'm telling you, it causes conflict. So in recent years, conversation about sexuality, power, and secrecy. I put that on there twice. Sorry, I put it on there twice. So the download, and the and so the term download. So the term download, and I'm just gonna tell you, in within the Black American community. This is where it's bad at, with the Black American community. But has since been used more boldly to describe men who conceal same-sex attraction and relationships. You can be in a I've seen it happen. Like a man can be married or with a girlfriend, and he in a same-sex relationship with another man, and that's crazy. For men in power, now we first talk about the man in power. We first talk about the man in power. Whether it's politics, business, religion, or entertainment, the strike of being the strike of being openly gay or bisexual can feel at like they at high risk due to social expectations, cultural beliefs, and personal fear of losing status and respect. But how can you become your authentic self if you live in a double life? So because of these pressures, some men in influential positions choose to hide their true selves, leading double life, leading double lives. They may maintain traditional family structures and public personas while secretly pursuing relationships or encounter with men. This secrecy is often reinforced by an environment that are unacceptable or outright hostile to the LGBTQ community. You understand what I'm saying? So just be your authentic self, and we're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about that too. So when you can't live your authentic life, it can have it can have far reaching consequences, not only for the individuals themselves but also those around them. In some cases, those men may use their power to exploit or harm other men for their own personal desires. And when I say that, that means, what if somebody don't want to be with, like the download man, so they're gonna get somebody or whatever. But what if somebody don't want to be with you? So what they're gonna do, they're gonna force it on you. They're gonna force it on you. That's my belief. They're gonna force it on you because that's what they want, that's their desire, and they got money, they got power, they got this and they got that. So that's what I feel. So the dynamic can create toxic environments where abuse is hidden and accountability is lacking. Furthermore, the emotional toll on both the DL man and the victim can be devastating, leading to cycles of guilt, shame, and further more secrecies. Okay. The issue of down low men in power harming others for personal desires is complex and rooted in a deep society challenges, social challenges. Okay, so authenticity and acceptance are the key to breaking cycles of secrecy and harm. As we learn more about these hidden dynamics, it becomes ever more important to build a world where everyone can live openly, honesty, and with respect for themselves and others. Only then we can hope to address the unidentified causes and prevent future harm. Okay, so living in your authenticity in a world that often pressure individuals to confirm the value of living an authentic authentic life cannot be overstated Authenticity means being true to yourself, your values, beliefs, and desires, regardless of the external expectations. Choosing to live authenticity, you know what I'm saying, is not not always easy. It's not always easy, but it leads to a greater fulfilling, stronger relationships and a more meaningful existence. Living I don't know why I can't, I can't talk today. I can't. Living an authentic life starts with self awareness. Do you know if you DL? Do you know if you gay? Do you know if you heterosexual? That's self awareness. You have to know these things because it wouldn't be a lot of mistakes that's happening today in this world. It wouldn't be a lot of mistakes that's happening today in this world because I'm just gonna tell you straight up, and I've been hearing it on what's call it. It's these DL mans that's been going back, giving it to their wives or giving it to their girlfriends or their little boo things. So HIV is spreading around is because the down low men. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. That's why it's a lot of diseases and stuff because these DL men's not authentic. They go around sleeping with the same sex. They sleep with whoever, whoever got a hole. That's what I'm just gonna tell you. Whoever got a blowhole, that's where they put it. They don't care. They not thinking because it's their desire at that moment. And so now you go back and you give it to your wife, your girlfriend, or whoever you give it to. If you end up with something. You understand what I'm saying? If you end up with something. So this is what the world is based on right now. It requires understanding who you are, your strengths, weaknesses, passions, and fears. Authentic people are honest with themselves and others. They make choices that align with their true selves rather than simply following trends or trying to please everyone around them. Authenticity is not just about perfection. It's about embracing your identity. It means accepting your flaws and being open about your struggles. This level of honesty fosters personal growth and resilience. So you have to remind yourself, that I want to become my authentic self. I don't want to have no more secrets in life. I don't want to have no more secrets in life. And if you're ashamed of what you do, don't do it. I say this to everybody. If you're ashamed of what you do not do it. So the benefit of living authentically, you know what I'm saying? So it gives you inner peace and confidence. When you live an authentic life, you experience a sense of inner peace. There is no need to maintain a facade or to hide part of yourself. This self-acceptance leads to an increased confidence and self-esteem level. You trust your own judgment and feel comfortable in your own skin. Take it from me. I feel comfortable in my own skin. So, stronger relationships, authenticity attracts genuine connections. When you are honest and real with others, you invite them to do the same. The same. That's why I said I wasn't gonna stop doing my content. What I was gonna do today is because what I'm inviting people to do the same thing that I'm doing. Relationships based on honesty and mutual respect are deeper and more satisfying. People are drawn to those who are comfortable being themselves than a facade. Did I say that right? Yeah, I said it right. So life satisfaction and purpose, living authenticity allows you to pursue goals and dreams that truly matters to you instead of chasing approval. You focus on what brings you joy and meaning. This leads to a more satisfying and purposeful life as your actions reflect your deepest value. Authenticity, a living authenticity is a journey, not a destination. Not a destination. It involves ongoing self reflection and the willingness to make a difficult choices. Starts by identifying what matters most to you, set boundaries, speak your truth, and surround yourself with supportive people. Suppository. Oh, surround yourself with supportive people who appreciate you and for who you are. Remember, authenticity inspires others. Inspires others. When you live boldly and honestly, you give others permission to do the same. In this way, you can not only improve your own life, but also contribute to a more open and accepting world. You understand that? So, and then I want to talk about when it says in Matthew 11:28-30, it says, "Come to me, all you who are worried and burdened, and I will give you rest." Is this the one I'm supposed to be on? Well, yeah, I guess. So take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your soul. For my yoke is easy and my burdens is light, are amongst the most comforting and well-known teaching of Jesus. The gospel of Matthew 11:28-30. So the scripture speaks to the deep human longing for relief, guidance, and true peace, offering hope to those overwhelmed by life's challenges. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, if you DL, whatever you are, be your authentic self. Just say that you're gay. I just want a lot of DL men just to pick a side. That's it. That's all. That's all I be trying to say. Pick a side. Pick a side. Pick a side. And if you don't want to pick a side, be honest with the young lady that you're with. Be honest with the young lady that you're with. If you know you got your back blowed out, you got your back blowed out, or you done blow somebody else's back, be honest with them. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm that is all I'm saying. If you know blew somebody else back out or somebody done blew your back out, just be honest with the young lady. That's all I tell you. At the core, this scripture is an invitation. Jesus called out to all who are worried and burdened, acknowledge the struggles, anxieties, and that people often carry. People often carry. Life is filled with responsibilities, disappointments, and losses that can weigh heavy on the soul. Jesus doesn't ignore or minimize these realities. Instead, he offered a way forward. Come to me. This direct call emphasizes a personal relationship and trust, suggesting that true rest and relief are found in isolation. In isolation. But in connection with him. Connection with him, the Most High God. So the concept of a yoke, central to this scripture. In ancient times, remember ancient times, that means way back when. Ancient times, a yoke was a wooden beam used to hold two animals together so that they can share the load and work more effectively. Okay, so you know what that means, right? You know that it's a I can show it to you. Let me see if I can get it on here. Let me show you a wooden beam. And I know. Okay, let me see if I got some pictures. Is it for the? I'm find this thing. I just, okay, we're gonna get an example of like. I almost got it. There we go. There we go. There we go. I found it. As this what it is. Like the that's what it is right here. It's this thing that's holding these two animals together, these two bulls together. So that's the yoke thing. That's the thing that holds around your neck. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what holds around. The two animals are working, right? They working. So just remember the yoke around your neck. Hold on, let me see where we go. Where we at? The yoke around your neck. Hold on, let me see where I'm at. And then I can tell you. I can tell you after when I know where I'm at. Ancient times, the yoke was a wooden being used to hold two animals together. So they could share the load and work more effectively. So just think about this. I want you to really think about this right now for real. So think about that thing that's around your neck. God says, um, the yoke is my yoke is where is it? My yoke is easy, something like that, whatever it's at. So we're gonna go right here where I'm at. So in spiritual senses, a yoke is often presented as obligation placed on people by religious law and social expectation. This Jesus' invitation to take his yoke upon ourselves is different. Rather than imposing more rules or burdens, he promised the yoke is there. That's what I said. He promised the yoke that the promise that the yoke is easy and a burden is light. Okay, so just think about your problems that you're having right now. I want you to think about the problems that you're having right now, and the load that's on you. That's that yoke around your neck. If you call God on different things, He'll lighten your burdens. He will lighten your burdens. He'll take that yoke around your neck. He'll take that yoke from around your neck. I'm telling you, he'll take that yoke from around your neck. So to take Jesus yoke is to accept his teaching and ways of life, which are rooted in love, humility, and compassion. Jesus' yoke is what? Gentle. It's gentle. He walks alongside to he walked alongside those who follow him, sharing their struggles and lighten their load. Yes. That's why I say, like, when they say the yoke, basically just say, for instance, you think about them two animals that's working alongside together, right? Think about that. So when you carrying this whole burden by yourself, you're carrying this whole burden by yourself. You got this thing around your neck. It's hard to work, right? It's hard to work. It's hard to get through life storms with this yoke around your neck. It's hard, very hard. But if he says, my burdens are light, the yoke is easy, that means what? That means cast your cares onto him. Give him your burdens. Give him your burdens. Let him work it out. And that yoke around your neck will be easy. He'll take that off. Jesus for the encourage people to learn from me. Learn from me. For for I am gentle and humble in heart. And the world that's often values strength and self-promotion. Jesus offers a different model. His gentleness and humility provides a safe space for vulnerability and healing. By following his example, people can find a new way to relate to themselves and others, one marked by grace rather than judgment. You understand what I'm saying? So you get where I'm going, right? You get where I'm going, right? And we're talking about down low. We talking about down low, but I want the down low man to understand this right now today. Right now today. You understand what I'm saying? Just understand what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go back right here. His gentleness and humility provides a safe space for vulnerability and healing. By following his example, people can find a new way to relate to themselves and others, one marked by grace rather than judgment. Think about it. I want you to think about it right now. If you're down low and you just come across your screen, I want you to think about it. So what else he say in this scripture? Rest for the soul. Rest for the soul. The ultimate promise in this scripture is rest for the soul. This rest is deeper than a mere physical relaxation. It is a sense of peace and holiness that reaches the core of a person's being. It is the relief that comes from being accepted, loved, and understood. In Jesus, people discover a source of rest that endures through life's storms. Listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. I'm not telling you nothing wrong. The rest that is not dependent on external circumstances, but on a bidding relationship with God. So if you worry about the expectations of other people, God said, "Come as you are." God said, "Come to me." God said, "Come to me." He didn't say, "Go to mankind." He said, "Come to me." These words, well, this scripture, I said like that. This scripture remains in the world today. You just got to believe it. With what? Your heart. You got to believe this with your heart, your whole heart, not some of it, your whole heart. You got to believe it. In a time when many feels overwhelmed by the demands of modern life, work pressure, family obligations, financial worries, and social expectations, Jesus' invitation, invitation. Invitation offers hope and perspective. It reminds us that we don't have to carry our burdens alone. By turning to God, we can find strength, comfort, and direction. You understand what I'm saying? For real, you can find limits. Turning to God, you can find what? Strength, comfort, and direction. Okay, so if this come across your For You page and you know that you're down low or whatever you are, I want you to be your authentic self. I want you to be your authentic self. I don't want you to be under the covers. I don't want you to stay in the closet. Just be who you are and who you need to be. Because if you keep secrecies, do you see what's going on in this modern life right now? So be comfortable.